Hey everyone, welcome back to Gamecasters, and in this video I'll be covering the Unhallowed Essence Multi-Shot Demon Hunter build for Season 20. That is a mouthful of a build name, but this is I believe it's no, it's not a Legacy of Dreams build. It is an actual set build. But as of late, I've been starting with the skills, passives, and cubed items, and then moving over to the gear so you can better understand where the stats for the gear come in for the skills that you're running. Um, so starting off, we'll be running Preparation with Invigoration, Multi-Shot with Full Broadside, Evasive Fire with Focus, Vault with Tumble, Companion with Wolf Companion, Vengeance with Seethe, and for our passives, we'll be running Thrill of the Hunt, Awareness, Ambush, Call of the Week, and for cubed items, Dawn, which reduces the cooldown of Vengeance by 65%, Convention of Elements, gain 200% increased damage to a single element for 4 seconds. This rotates through the elements available to your class in the order Arcane, Cold, Fire, Holy, Lightning, Physical, and Poison. And then Ring of Royal Grandeur. This reduces the number of items needed for set bonuses by 1 to a minimum of 2. And then moving over to our gear, we'll be starting with the weapon and working our way up and around. This will have Yang's Recurve with poison damage, damage percent, dexterity, attack speed, crit hit damage, dex from augmentation, and Emerald in the Socket, having maximum discipline and reduced all resource costs by a 50%. Wonderful bonus right there. This is a primal, so all the stats are maxed out. And the effect from the weapon gives you multi-shot attacks 50% faster, and its damage is increased by 200%. For our gauntlets, we'll be running Fiendish Grips with dexterity, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, potential poison resistance, and thorns damage. And this will also have area damage on hit. The set bonus from these is at a 2-piece, your generators generate 2 additional hatred and 1 discipline. At a 4-piece, gain 60% damage reduction and deal 60% increased damage for 8 seconds if no enemy is within 10 yards of you. And at a 6-piece, your generators Multishot and Vengeance deal 350% increased damage for every point of discipline you have. For our shoulders, we'll be running Unsanctified Shoulders with Dex, resist all elements, Dex from augmentation, cooldown of all skills, and area damage on hit. This also has potential life from health potions / globes, and the gold for monsters is kind of nullified once you get into GRs. For our chest piece, we'll be running Cage of the Hellborn with Dexterity, Vitality, resist all elements, Dex from augmentation, potential life after each kill, and then 3 diamonds in the sockets, which will have and also have maximum discipline. For our helmet, we'll be running Accursed Visage with Dexterity, crit hit chance, Dex from augmentation, potential lightning resistance, and gold / health pickup increased by a yard. Reduced cooldown of all skills by 12.5%, and multi-shot damage percentage. So have a diamond in the socket. For our amulet, we'll have Squirt's Necklace with physical damage, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, strength from augmentation, arcane resistance, and gold from monsters as potential secondary effects. Again, gold is nullified in GRs. For our socketed legendary gem, we'll have Zai's Stone of Vengeance. Damage you deal is increased by percentage for every 10 yards between you and the enemy hit, maximum of a percentage increased at 50 yards. Those percentages I mentioned are increased based on the level of the gem, so that's where that comes in. 20% chance on hit to stun the enemy for 1 second. While not taking damage, damage dealt is increased by up to 100%, and damage taken is increased by up to 50%. For our bracers, we'll be running Wraps of Clarity with physical skill damage, dexterity, crit hit chance, life per hit, dex from augmentation, and potential gold pickup radius increased by 2 yards. Your hatred generators reduce your damage taken by 48% for 5 seconds. For our offhand, we'll be running Dead Man's Legacy with dex, attack speed, crit hit chance, dex from augmentation, maximum discipline, area damage on hit, multi-shot damage, and then multi-shot hits enemies below 60% health twice, and its damage is increased by 200%. This is a primal, so mind you, these stats are maxed out because of that. For our first ring, we'll be running Restraint with damage, crit hit chance, vitality from augmentation, physical resistance, and life from health potions and globes from potential secondary stats. For our socketed legendary gem, we'll have Bane of the Stricken. Each attack you make against an enemy increases the damage it takes from your attacks by a percentage. Gain 25% increased damage against bosses and Rift Guardians. Now the set bonus from this at a 2-piece, when you hit with a resource generating attack or primary skill, deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds, and when you hit with a resource spending attack... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, so when you hit with a resource spending attack, you deal 50% increased damage for 5 seconds. So there's a double bonus there. I thought it was copying the text there for a second. I thought the game had a bug, but no. When you hit an enemy with a resource generating attack or a primary skill, and when you hit with a resource spending attack, both increase damage by 50% for 5 seconds. For our second ring, we'll be running Focus with Strength, crit hit damage, crit hit chance, potential fire resistance, and in the socket we'll be running Bane of the Trapped with increased damage against enemies under the effects of control impairing effects by a percentage, gain an aura that reduces the movement speed of enemies within 15 yards by 30%. For our boots, we'll be running Captain Crimson's Waders with Dex, Vitality, Life per second, Dex from augmentation, potential poison resistance, and multi-shot damage percentage. This is also another further set that we'll have for this build. At a 2-piece, 6,000 life per second reduces cooldown of all skills by 20%, reduces all resource costs by 20%, and at a 3-piece, damage dealt is increased by your percentage of cooldown reduction. Damage taken is reduced by your percentage of cost reduction. For our pants, we'll be running Unholy Plates with Dexterity, Vitality, Resist all elements, Armor, Dex from augmentation, and potential lightning resistance and life after each kill. For our belt, we'll be running Captain Crimson's Silk Girdle with Dex, Vitality, Resist all elements, life percentage, Dex from augmentation, and potential gold for monsters and gold health pickup radius increased. Those are obviously secondary stats, and gold pickup is nullified in GRs. And I believe that covers everything, all the set bonuses, stats, and whatnot. This is a heavy reliance on crit hit damage and crit hit chance, as well as the reductions for costs and whatnot. And if there's anything you guys have questions about, you can leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to explain anything that I might have failed to in the video or might have misunderstood. I'll do my best to get back with you guys. If anything changes with this build or another build pushes to the top, I'll obviously do an updated video on that. But for right now, this is the top climbing Demon Hunter build for Season 20 as of April 30th. So if anything changes again, I will update you guys. If you like this video, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I'd love to be able to do full gameplay videos and show you guys the build being ran and explain more about that. But as of right now, I just don't have the time to be able to do that. But I would love to do this full time, and with you guys subscribing and watching, it really helps. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.